Well, welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have two fabulous individuals who are here to talk about, safe streets. And we kind of wondered what happened to our neighborhoods. During COVID, we didn't even look at our neighbors. So now we have two people here who are to talk about how to get back in touch with our neighbors' safe street style. Please join me in welcoming Dominique Watkins. You said I can call you Dommy. You are a communication specialist with Safe Streets. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Great to have you here. And man, that smile just lights up my heart. Thank you for that. You brought with you Rachel Young. She is the Safe Streets board member, but you are also the marketing manager at M Agency. Welcome, Rachel. It's so good to see you again.
So good to see you, Amanda.
Your dimples are just as I remember.
Yep, they're still there.
They're quite fabulous. So, Tommy, tell us about Safe Streets, your organization. What is it? What does it do?
Yeah, so Safe Streets, we're a nonprofit that organizes community members and provides youth development services. The majority of our work involves engaging neighbors, community partners, and youth in Pierce County through two core programs. We have neighborhood organizing and youth leading change. We want people and young folks to feel empowered and to make change in their neighborhoods and become leaders in their schools. So for example, we have a neighborhood organizing group called Stewart Heights, and they organized a coat drive for people experiencing homelessness. And we have a few youth in our Leadership Academy program this summer who are participating, and they'll be learning team building and project planning skills.
I love that. You know, when I think about Safe Streets, I think about a group of people who really care about their neighborhood, who know their neighbors, who are involved with their elementary school, who could tell you where any food is free table is in their neighborhood. So, Rachel, if I believe that, then what does that say about the mission of Safe Streets?
Well, that's pretty much the outcome we're looking for in every neighborhood. The mission of Safe Streets is to unite and inspire youth and neighbors and businesses too, to build safe, healthy, and thriving communities. And there's so many aspects of that. It's not, we have neighborhood groups where neighbors get together and they connect and they work together to solve issues and improve their neighborhoods. But it's really more than just neighbors. It's about engaging youth. It's about engaging the businesses around that community and everyone kind of rowing together in the same direction. And that's really what Safe Streets is about connecting with resources and giving tools and support for anybody who wants to be involved in that.
I love that. And I love that you mentioned businesses, because I have businesses within my neighborhood. I'll call one out, Dave's Meats. I go to Dave's Meats and I get the world's best dog bones. I get my knives sharpened, and I also get the best smoked salmon. I would never go anyplace else but Dave's Meats. So there you go. Rachel, you are a busy woman. You are an entrepreneur. So you're also on the board. What inspired you with how busy you are to be on that board and to get involved?
Well, I have always had a heart for service, and I truly believe that building thriving communities is how everyone rises. And I got connected with Safe Streets through a coworker whose husband was on the board at the time, and she had kind of been talking to me for a while about it. And I finally was like, yes, I can take this on. I have the capacity for it. So I met with Priscilla, the executive director, and the board president at the time, and they told me about the outcomes that they've created, and they told me about things like coat drives that Dami was talking about, and, programs that have kept kids out of the juvenile justice system, and all these amazing outcomes that create communities where people thrive. And when people are, every person thriving means a better life for all of us, right? So that conversation just really inspired me, and it just felt like it was right up my alley to be a part of Safe Streets. And after every board meeting and every committee meeting I go to, I am further inspired and just so humbled and grateful to be a part of the organization.
Oh, I love that. So, Dami, as I look around my neighborhood, I have no idea how to get connected with Safe Streets for where I live. And I think if I'm asking that, there's got to be other people also who are going, how do I get connected? So what's the answer?
Yes. Oh, you can definitely go to our website at www.safest.org. There you can find information on a few other programs that we have that aren't neighborhood organizing, youth leading change. We have a program called Waste Wizards, where people who are looking to show their neighborhood a little love can request essential gardening supplies and cleanup supplies like soil, gloves, hand tools, buckets, grabbers, you name it. And one of our community mobilizers will coordinate with you and have your supplies delivered. We also have our Imagine Justice project. If you're a young professional looking to do meaningful work, the Imagine Justice project is a great way to build community-centered justice for youth within 1 year. And we have an amazing team of mobilizers who are dedicated and committed to building thriving communities. And so, just reach out to safest.org and you can find us there.
I love that. Talk about just how can you, it's so simple. Just follow the prompt and we'll connect you. There's one big community event, Dami, that comes to mind when I think about Safe Streets, and that's National Night Out. Tell us about what this is.
So on August 3rd, National Night Out is about taking time to get to know your neighbor, especially since we've been isolated for so long. It's a great opportunity to build neighborhood camaraderie. It's essentially an excuse to have a block party on your neighborhood or in your neighborhood. We've seen people do such fun activities like barbecues and bouncy houses, potlucks, just people gathering together. It's incredibly social, and we're looking forward to our neighbors and communities getting together and having fun. You can register with Safe Streets at safest.org/NNO 2021.
So, question for both of you as I think about just neighbors and neighborhoods in general. If you could describe a neighborhood after COVID with just one word, what would it be, Rachel?
I think I would say persevere. And the reason I choose that word is because I've been so incredibly impressed with our neighborhood groups and our youth leading change and how Safe Streets has been able to pivot to make sure that we're still providing the same support, just in different ways when people can't come together in person.
I love that persevere. Boy, is that ever true, because we did, didn't we? We found ways to check on each other without risking the person's life and your life. Dami, what's that one word for you that describes the neighborhood after COVID?
After COVID, I would say ready. I feel like our neighbors are ready to get back out there and serve the community, to get to know their neighbors, to advocate for youth and change. I've seen and spoke with some neighbors, especially Justin from Stewart Heights, who organized the coat drive, and his heart to just serve the people and seeing those are people who are experiencing homelessness as neighbors was so touching to me. And I just feel like they're just ready to get out there again and just drive change.
I believe in that. I'm never more happy to hear children laughing, playing in their sprinklers, fighting with their siblings. That is music to my ears now after COVID, when you could hear a pin drop in these neighborhoods. So Dominique, you have a fundraiser coming up, I believe Night at the Movies. So tell us about this.
Yes. Oh, on July 31st, it's a Saturday night. We want families to come to LeMay and have a night at the movies. It'll be a fun time spent underneath the stars, a great view of Tacoma, downtown Tacoma. We have yummy food, and we're showing Despicable Me. I don't have a minion in my stuffies up there, but if I did, I would totally show it off. Tickets are $25. One ticket permits one vehicle, and you can buy them at safest.org/movie night 2021. This year, you can bring a blanket or lawn chairs to hang out outside your car if you'd like. It should be a ton of fun, and a lot of the proceeds will be going to our Safe Streets programs.
Will there be popcorn vendors, anything like that?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, because I just flashed back to my childhood and all of my siblings and my mom and dad in the station wagon, with the big bag of popcorn going to the Starlight drive-through on 72nd. So I'm like, wait a minute, do you got popcorn there? What do you got there? You've thought of everything. Rachel, what is the one thing that you would like for our viewers to take away from our time together today about safe streets?
I think the one thing that I would say is that if you're looking for connection, that Safe Streets is the place to come. Safe Streets can help you build connections and build resources. And there's so many different ways that Safe Streets can support. And we want to be in service to anyone who needs us.
I think that service should be the middle name. So Safe Service Streets. How's that? Thank you both so much for being here and for representing the people that we couldn't, finagle to get in this interview that also help. Where would we be without our neighborhood? Where would we be without knowing that it's time for school, or that, that porch light is out, or I hear my neighbor's dog down the street and they shouldn't be out, or it's time for back to school. Let's do some school supplies door to door to help out our local elementary schools. So thank you. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
You're welcome. Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to do in the next few weeks here in our city. So go out there, be a part of the process, pay it forward. And if you're not vaccinated, please consider being vaccinated. And when you come back, as always, I'll be waiting for you right here on Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma is my home, from the fires to the dawn. Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma is my home. Tacoma is my home, place I call my own. Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma is my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma is my home, from the fires to the lawn. Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma is my home. Tacoma is my home, the place I call my own. Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma is my home. Oh, you're from the east, oh, you're from stay.